Hello buddy, welcome back to another video. I'm Impoppable Gaming here, and today I'm playing some more Bloons Adventure Time Tower Defense. And as you can see, I'm back on Crying Mountain. I don't know why I'm on this map so much. I think it's because it's generally kind of easy, but it is the Bloon Beacon as well, so that's always fun. So today I have another 2000 Impoppable, this time, as you probably already know, with Max and Juggernaut Max. The two Maxes, the incredible, not so incredible duo. But yeah, so this should be a lot of fun. I think they'll probably be able to do this, but I just noticed it was a fortified map, so let's hope we don't get a fortified Babylon, and then we stand a chance. So there's a few issues with Juggernaut Max and Max. They're not particularly good towers, either one of them. Max is definitely better. One thing about Max is, I actually finally did look this up, is Max actually, for a lot of you that don't know already, Max got nerfed a couple years ago. I'm not sure exactly when, but I actually looked up the stats about that, so I'll definitely mention that in a second. Do quickly want to show the build here, though, so we can get started into the game. So this is Max. Not going to go over every trick of the weapon. You probably know what most of this is. If not, you can leave a comment. I'll try to answer it. And then for Juggernaut Max, we have over here. Max is actually my only non-level 7 character, for no good reason. I mean, the Dart Tornado, which is Max's level 7 ability, isn't that great. But it's still a little weird, and I still don't really know why I never did anything with it. So yeah, that's a little weird. Also, I just realized Flame Princess, who I unequipped to equip Max, she was the one that had my magic coin purse on it, so I guess I have less starting cash. That's great. Hopefully, and probably won't make a big difference, but who knows? You never really know on this map. This isn't the map that you can poke the guys in the eye, right? I don't think so. I think that's the Cyclops map. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no secrets to this map. Just like me clicking random things to see if I can figure something out. But I don't believe there is anything. But yeah, so I actually, as I mentioned, I did actually finally look up the nerfs that happened to Max. So I believe it was in the update where they finally changed star levels. Because if you didn't know, long time ago, like 3 years ago or something like that, when Bloons Adventure Time Tower Defense first came out, everything was based around star levels. All the tower's upgrades got better every single level of the character, which was a big deal. So overall, towers were way weaker early game, way more powerful late on. Levels were obviously way more significant. And Max, before that, was so powerful. So, his big ability, which we should see in a second here, is, what's it called? Let's just take a look here. It is Bullseye. Bullseye is really powerful. It used to last for 10 seconds, and it added 50 more ab damage per dart, which, like, Max can fire up to 4 darts, 5 darts if he's level 10. So that's like 250 damage per attack, and as you can see, you don't attack all that slowly, so that was really insane Babylon damage. But even more so, on top of that, faster throwing was ridiculous. So right now, I believe faster throwing adds 1.4 times attack speed, which is still a massive boost, and we'll see in a second. I'll save up for it. Obviously, that's a pretty big increase still. That's like almost as good as Baker Shard, which is the best attack speed boosting trinket in the entire game, and is practically on par with the best attack speed boosting weapons. So that's pretty insane. Yeah, as you can see, 1.4 times attack speed. But originally, the upgrade was double attack speed plus like another 0.1 or 0.2 times per star level. So you could get up to like 3 or 4 times attack speed with this thing. So just picture that. You're attacking like 5 times per second with 5 darts, so 25 darts, like, projectiles per second, and each one is 50 damage. That's so much damage. That would be, trying to do some quick maths here, that would be 1,250 damage per second, which is insane, because this is fast forward right now. That means each second right now in this mode, Max would do 3,750 damage, which means he popped the Babylon in 10 seconds. Less than 10 seconds, in like 8 seconds. So, Max used to be really insane. I think there were a few other changes too, because honestly, even those changes, which were pretty significant, I don't think make up the whole story. But Max, obviously very powerful, but a lot of people know Max is this like super overpowered tower, because he used to be. Again, I feel like there were more changes, but those are the big ones. Let me know if I'm wrong, if I'm missing something. I did read the wiki, which I trust, but I don't trust fully, so if I did make a mistake, please let me know. But I'm pretty sure that's the changes, which is kind of crazy. There's obviously massive changes. I don't really get it. I mean, Max really sucks now, and I think Max used to be really powerful, which is kind of cool. But I think the big thing was they didn't want to start a character to be powerful, which is a big thing with this game. I mean, Finn's pretty decent because he just gets such insane attack speed, but even that's through a secret upgrade path, so it's a little debatable. Like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Finn has, I don't have Finn equipped, no I don't. Finn has the, I forget exactly what it is, but it's like Royal Promise upgrade with PB, so if you lose a life, his attack speed, I think it's doubles, but it might be more than that, for like a couple seconds, a minute, I don't know. I don't think it's permanent, I think it is temporary. But then what happens is you can then get another upgrade on PB, or Warrior PB. Actually, no. Does Warrior PB work? I think it has to be PB. I don't think Warrior PB works. I think it has to be PB. It's a little odd. Because you actually need PB in range for Finn to get that upgrade. But Warrior PB works for that, but Warrior PB doesn't have the secret upgrade that needs Finn in range for it. I don't know. But it makes it permanent, but you lose 50 lives. Or not. It makes it permanent. But if you leak a life or sell one of the towers, you lose 50 lives, which means if it's Impoppable, you instantly lose. So that sucks. I mean, if it's Impoppable, you leak a life, obviously you lose anyways, but you can actually lose twice, so if you have a revive, it really sucks. Anyways, I'm off topic. Point is, that's why Finn's pretty powerful, because he gets insane attack speed through that. But back to the starter characters, Jake kind of sucks. He's only really useful because he's a music instrument. And then we have Max, who now is kind of in line with Jake. He's better than Jake, but not that much more. His only real big thing is that he has natural camo and lead pong power. Also, I should probably get Juggernaut Max. Actually, yeah, let's just wait, see how long Max can solo, because, I don't know, I feel like a Max mood, I guess. I'm in a bit of Max mood. But yeah, so obviously that's pretty powerful. What was I saying? I was talking about the starter characters, and now Max kind of sucks, which is kind of too bad. I don't know, he might have been really overpowered. I've heard some pretty insane things. I've seen him solo the hardest map in the game. I've seen him, like, hard carry 100 rounds of Martian games. I don't know. I did the math, obviously, just now, and it didn't even sound all that insane. It sounded like he'd only be, like, 3 or 4 times as strong as he is now, which I guess saying that out loud, that's kind of insane. Right now, they did actually make one change, though, so Bullseye now lasts for 13 seconds instead of 10 seconds, so that's somewhat significant. As you can see, without the ability, not the greatest mob DPS, but not bad. Like, this is still around 45. With the ability, though, you can see it's pretty insane. It's significantly better, but it doesn't increase ceramic or normal balloon DPS at all, so it's somewhat balanced. Overall, though, it's definitely a pretty powerful tower. As you can see, Max still works pretty well. The big thing with Max that makes him still a pretty decent starting tower is he has natural cam protection and lead pong power through upgrades. He has relatively decent pierce, at least with upgrades. He obviously has multiple projectiles, which is pretty nice. Not that many towers have that. Really only, debatably, Hunter Marceline, but Psy and Max are the only towers that really have multiple projectiles, so that's a big deal. And the final thing is, what was I going to say? Final thing is that Max has a lot of natural damage increases. So obviously there's the Bullseye ability, but before the Bullseye ability, wrong tower. Before the Bullseye ability, there is Weak Spots, which I believe adds 5 extra damage to Mob Class Balloons, which is a pretty big deal. So obviously that's only Morb, so it doesn't work on normal balloons, but still, it's really powerful for a starting character without trinkets or weapons. But Max definitely falls off later on, and early game, Max is just kind of expensive, and you don't really need more DPS until you have decent trinkets and weapons. And then Max falls off, because you have characters like Psy and Flame Princess, so it kind of sucks. Max, you're disappointing. But after that tiny rant of how I wish Max was better, I should probably get Juggernaut Max, because we're starting to struggle a little bit. It's around 50. We probably could have survived a bit longer with normal Max, but we're not doing an ultra buffed, so I'm just going to get these basic upgrades here. And with that, we should be all good. We do have Google Mama Meter and Future Crystal on Juggernaut Max, so he has a fair bit of support, so just with that, Max is significantly stronger, which is awesome. But yeah, so not a lot else to say. That did a pretty good job of paving the way towards these later rounds. But yeah, so I don't know. It's an interesting story. There was a weak tower, or a tower that was meant to be weak, the starting character, that became really overpowered. Personally, I think it's really nice when starting characters are strong in games. It's a pretty rare thing, but some games definitely do. Like, okay, so you have your starting character who's really strong, and then your secondary towers, like the second, third character you unlock, they all kind of suck, but your first tower is really good, which I'm now realizing is technically true in this game, because Finn's technically your first tower, and then Jake and Max are your second and third tower. But anyways, my point's still the same. It's nice when the towers you get at the start are still important later on in the game. Though it's a hard mixture to do, because either you need that your characters evolve or get better, or you need something else weird like that. So it's a hard thing to do, but it is still kind of nice when the base characters can still be useful, which I guess, all things considered, this game does a pretty good job with. given how much trinkets and weapons add to power. A tower with like level 1 with no trinkets and weapons is not comparable at all to later on when they have buffs and stuff. Because towers get so much better, so yeah. Not much else to say there, that's pretty much it. I just think it's kind of fun. One other question I did want to ask, I still need to do a poll. If I remember, I will do it after this video, but I've said that like 1,000 times and keep forgetting. But I want to do a poll to see if you guys want to see, not as a series by any means, probably just 1 or 2 videos, Bloons pop again. So I played that when it first came out, it was kind of fun, but it got kind of boring pretty fast. That was horrible timing on the ability with Max, because this looks like it's going to be pretty hard, this fortified ZMG. But there's been quite a few updates to Bloons pop, and they've added some daily challenges, which aren't that fun, but they still exist. But there's also like boss battles, which I think are just like CMGs, BFBs, and stuff. But there are quite a few like new game modes and things like that. So let me know if you guys want to see me play it for just another video or two, because I think that could be kind of fun, but I'm not really sure. Are we good here? No, we are not. So we popped down to fortified BFBs. I was saying like, oh, maybe we'll even make it to the Babylon. No. It kind of looks like we may have lost, so, you know, that's terrific. Pretty sure we're dead. Okay, well, there we go. We clearly are so overpowered because we beat round 60. Yay. So I think what I'm actually going to quickly do here is just, don't mind me. I'm totally not cheating this 2000 Impoppable. I'm totally not getting a monkey stim. Yes. So I'm going to start with that, and if we're still struggling, I may drop a Lemon Hope, because I kind of want to win, if that makes any sense. And although Juggernaut Max's ability isn't very good, because if you didn't know, it doesn't get damage buffs. Its ability, I don't think attack speed either, but damage in particular. But for Max's, for Max, his ability is very important. Normal Max, I've clarified that, they're both Max. So I don't know if it's going to make that big of a difference. Also, Cobra Attrition, as you saw there, is actually decent at popping balloons as well. So I'm going to try with just this, because I want to win with this combo. I understand these towers kind of suck, and I thought they'd be fine. Turns out they're not. These balloons are way too powerful, but let's give it a shot. With a little bit of support then. I don't want to do anything crazy. If with the Cobra and Lemon Hope it's not enough, then I'm just not going to bother, but I want to give it at least a shot. Let's try to use some better ability timings here. So we'll go right now, which should make a decently large difference. It is a little weird. There is like an effect that shows up on the balloons even after the ability's like been used, or they're not attacking the balloon. Max rather is not attacking the balloon. Okay, so this is not going too great. There's actually 2 ZMGs here, which is awful. We could barely beat 1. I know I have attrition now and all, but still, there's 2 fortified ZMGs. We're definitely gonna need Lemon Hope. I'm tempted to use it just now, but I'm gonna hold off a little bit longer, at least a little bit longer. Any second now. Max is in range. Let's use the ability. Let us demolish the balloons. I'll guess 1 more ability on this part too. Definitely doing better. We're good. Okay, awesome. It looks like we should be able to do this with the help of Cobra. Should make a fairly decent difference. That's actually pretty nice, because this means we can deal with them separately. Oh, we're so very close to dying. That was still very terrifying. Okay, so we're going to try to make it to round 75. By the looks of it, we at least stand a chance with our current setup of making it to round 75. Pretty sure Cobra's necessary, though. I'm pretty sure without Cobra, that round would have been impossible, let alone future rounds, so that kind of sucks. Oh, right, round 69, I just used my ability. Hopefully, DETs are no issue. They're a bit of an issue. This is a fortified DET, and we still popped it with pretty much no abilities, so... or with no abilities, rather. So that's pretty good. I think we should be able to make it to the Babylon now. If it's a fortified Babylon, I'll try it once with Lemon Hope, and then if we lose, I'll use Continuum and plop down, like, Vampire Kings and stuff. A little bit of cheating, but I've already dropped a Cobra, so who cares? Well, you know, if the basic Dart Monkey variations aren't good enough, add in a cheating Cobra, because what's better? If you can't win fairly, win with hacks. Yeah. Cobra's always an interesting tower. Like, Cobra's not from the main game. He's from original BC Battles, and it was just a weird tower, because it, like, stole lives, and it could also send balloons to other sides of the track. It's just a very weird tower, and it honestly does. Every time I see it get used, and it, like, modifies balloons and all sorts of stuff, it just makes me feel like they're, like, Ninja Kiwi's idea of someone hacking balloons. And I don't honestly know why, I find it kind of funny that it's just like, this is what Ninja Kiwi thinks of when they think of someone hacking their game. It's just Who is doing this? Who is creating this creation? Who is destroying our game with their, like, Cobra technology? I don't know if that makes any sense, or if any of you think of, like, anything like that, but I don't know why. I think of that a lot, and I really don't know why. But I think it's kind of funny. It feels like something, I guess, that I think Ninja Kiwi would do. I don't really know what I'm saying, honestly. But it definitely does. It makes me think of, like, a hacker or someone, or mods or something like that. The Cobra Tower. It just makes me think of the person developing a hack or a mod for a Bloons game, which it definitely might be what it's based on. I mean, obviously Cobra's like an agent, or like special agents, FBI person thing, monkey. But I still feel like it might be something else too. There might be something else behind that. I don't know. This might be a public thing. I might be able to look this up and be like, oh yeah, this is what Cobra's, like, this is what the idea for Cobra came from. It was a fan suggestion, or who knows what. Okay, I feel like I'm going a little crazy here. Were there 2 BFBs inside that ZMG? No, right? There's meant to be 4, isn't there? I'm pretty sure there's meant to be 4, but I'm pretty sure I also just saw, pretty sure I just saw 3 or 2 BFBs come out of ZMG. Let me see if I can check here. No, there's definitely 4 BFBs. I don't know what I'm saying. It's my mind playing tricks on me. Optical illusions as the BFBs overlap each other. So this is actually a decent round for Juggernaut Max's ability. This is actually a half decent round for it. Never mind. Apparently there's no good round for Juggernaut Max's ability. We did make it to round 75 though with just this small addition of a Cobra. So that's awesome. Pretty sure we're going to lose to the Bad Bloon though. But let's give it a shot. Oh, it's fortified too. How wonderful. You know, it's not like, hey, we couldn't beat it before. Why on earth are you sending fortified versions at us? Also, I don't think that Juggernaut Max's ability is worth it time-wise. Our damage-wise, with the ability, is pretty solid, as you can see. But it's certainly not that good. So we're certainly struggling a little bit here. We're not popping this. There's almost no chance we're popping this thing. We just don't have the damage to do it. I could try selling and rebuying towers, but I don't think we're that close. If I feel like we're getting close on this, like, by the time the Bad Bloon leaks, I may try that. Because obviously a lot of the track doesn't have max in range, but even still, I don't know, it feels like we're really far away right now, so I feel like we can't do this, though maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, we're gonna find out eventually. Though I think we're still in first damage phase Bad Bloon, so that doesn't suggest anything all that well, that doesn't bode very well. Yeah, I don't think we can do this, so I think I'm just gonna restart with Vampire King, because I don't think, well no, I'll try Lemon Hope and selling and rebuying, try my best to get a good combo here. Because I feel like there's at least a chance we are doing decent enough damage that it might be doable, maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Any hope of beating that Bad Bloon? I don't know. I'm going to try with Lemon Hope. Lemon Hope, I believe, with full upgrades is 60% attack speed boost. Let's give it one shot. Slowly burning through my coins, so I've saved up a fair bit, apparently. So Lemon Hope time it is. Again, 60% attack speed boost, pretty nice. We'll start with selling Max and putting Max up front. I don't know why I buffed Max in the first place there, since I kind of knew I wanted to do this anyways. But yeah, so we'll just try this. I don't know if this makes sense, if we can beat this at all. If we can't, I always have Vampire Kings to try to use, but I want to give this a shot, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, cool, let's try this, and spam the ability, spam the power, get all of your attacks, Max, do so much damage. So much damage, because you gotta be overpowered, Max, okay? That's part of the deal. It does look like our damage so far is significantly better. So Fortified Bad Bloon's at like 48,000 health, about that. We did about 8k here, or we're going to end up doing about 8k here on this first selling. So that's pretty good. After out of range, obviously, or after Max is out of range, obviously I'll sell and rebuy him. Looks pretty good. Yeah, so that's 13k damage. That's pretty decent, all things considered. And Max is being moved to the new location. Spam, spam, buy the upgrades, buy the upgrades. We need the important upgrades. Boom, use the ability. And also Lemon Hope buff him, because why not? And Juggernaut Max, let's just go all the abilities, all the way in. So we had 12k on the first Max. We already have like 7k on this one, almost 7k. It's looking pretty similar so far. This is close. I don't know if we're going to be able to beat this. I have some faith, but not a lot of faith. Yeah, definitely not a lot of faith. Any second now, yep, out of range again. My micro here kind of sucks. I am on slow-mo. I just had to double check that for a second. Okay, all good here. Got the ability and spam. Psst. Gotta do this as fast as possible. I don't know why I'm buying Big Blue Mountie. That's really not significant, but who cares, I guess. Once again, damage looks pretty decent. Another, like, 8k here, which is pretty solid. But this is still really close. Also, you're on a range max, so let's put you over here. Let's put you over here, actually. I think that makes more sense. Not quite sure if that actually makes more sense, but that's what I'm doing. So let's do that. Oh, I used that ability way too early, didn't I? No, not that early. Still a little early, though. Lemon Hope buff, again, because I gotta do that every time. Okay, another, like, 8k damage, again. That's not awful, but it's not great. Sure, why not? Just me spamming, like, every single chance I have here to spam upgrade. It's so slow. There's some inherent, like, delay. I messed that up again. Some inherent delay with the upgrading in Bloons Adventure Time Tower Defense. I don't know what it is. I just know it definitely exists. Also, Bad Balloon almost dead. That's awesome. We actually look like we stand a chance at beating this, which is really cool. So I'm actually going to go ahead and I think sell Max early to get Max in the better position with all of the upgrades ready, because I'm a little nervous for DTs and ZMGs that we're going to die to. If we died to those, that would really suck, obviously, but I have a tiny bit of faith, so spam the ability. So close. We're definitely final damage phase, doing good damage. Come on, we can totally do this. We can definitely pop this Bad Balloon. Okay, DTs. No. Okay, I'm gonna die. Use the continue. I think we've lost. There's no way we can beat those ZMDs in that tiny amount of time. This was a lot of fun, honestly. It's nice sometimes to do a challenge that I kind of know I can't win, just so we get to have a bit of a challenge. But I've given up on having a challenge. So Vampires and Tech Terror, or Vampire Kings and Tech Terrors, carry me away, because I've given up on trying. You're gonna see how fast the Bad Balloon dies now with these towers too, because these allies are so powerful. For somewhat of a good reason. They're hard to get and they're expensive, but just look at this damage. Look at these Tech Terrors. That's actually really lame. Wait a sec, what the heck? Max is so much better than these Tech Terrors. That's surprising. Sort of. That's somewhat surprising. These Vampire Kings, however, are already significantly out DPSing the Tech Terrors because Vampire Kings are also broken, so that's cool. Why are these Tech Terrors causing so much lag? Unless that's just an illusion of lag, I don't know. But it feels like they are. As you can see, with no selling and me buying, we're gonna pop the Bad Balloon significantly faster because these Vampire Kings each have like 14k on them. Yes. Unfortunately, well, I was gonna say unfortunately we don't have camo, but that's the whole reason I play Sons and Abadir here, though apparently they still suck at it, so that's great. It doesn't matter though, because we're already okay anyways, because the power of Vampire King and Legendary and Epic Allies. Woo! Anyways though, that was a pretty easy win. That was a lot of fun. I say easy win. I just talked about how hard it was. It was fun regardless, though, so that's cool. I'm going to say thank you for watching here, though, since I kind of want to watch this ad to get more fanfiction, because you know what? It's hard to get character items. But yeah, have a wonderful day. Give the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to join the Impoppable Squad. Leave a comment if you have any video ideas, game ideas, stuff like that. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!